Good morning, everyone. Today, we cross an important threshold in our journey as storytellers. Up to this point, you have learned how stories are built: character, conflict, structure, and motivation. But today's session is where storytelling stops being merely designed and starts becoming dangerous. This is the session where fear, memory, guilt, and consequence begin to merge into a single narrative force. Before we analyze anything, before we explain or dissect, we will begin exactly where a serious writer should begin, with the story itself. In the first part of today's class, we will read the third section of Rubin's story. You will not read it as entertainment. You will not read it as a passive reader. You will read it as a narrative architect. As you listen to the text, pay attention to what is happening beneath the surface. How an internal fear begins to take an external form. How a myth or rumor becomes a confirmed threat. How past moral choices quietly shape present danger. And how reality and the supernatural start to overlap without fully explaining themselves. After we finish reading this section, we will return to it, not to summarize it, but to use it as the foundation for today's lesson. Today's session is about bridging the supernatural and reality. You will learn how to transform a character's inner psychological fear into a tangible external threat, how to introduce danger in a way that feels credible, grounded, and unavoidable, how to use witnesses, consequences, and silence to escalate suspense, and how to design a story where fear is not decorative but structural. By the end of this lesson, you will understand how to build stories in which the reader no longer asks, "Is this real?" but instead fears, "What happens if it is?" Let's begin. Please turn your attention to the text. We will now read part 3 of Rubin's story.